Hey guys, so I'm going to record chapter 5 of The Watsons Go to Birmingham. Okay, so chapter 5 is called Nazi Parachutes Attack America and Get Shot Down Over the Flint River by Captain Byron Watson and his Flamethrower of Death. That was a mouthful. Byron got caught lighting matches again, and it looked like this time Mama was going to do what she always said she would. That's when Joetta turned on the tears and cried and begged so much that Mama let him off. She swore to him, though, that the next time he got caught starting fires, she was going to burn him. She told us that same sad old story about how when she was a little girl, her house caught on fire, and for 2 years after that, she and her brothers had to wear clothes that smelled like smoke. Even though the story made Mama and Joey get all sad and sobby, it was kind of funny to me and Vi. We'd heard it so many times that Byron even gave it a name. He called it Mama's Smokey the Bear story. I won't have you putting this family in danger. Just once more, Byron Watson. One more time and you're burned. And then, to show Byron how serious she was, Mama raised her right hand and said, "I swear with God as my witness." By got put on punishment for a month, but even before a week was gone, he started up again. I was up in the bedroom looking at comic books when I heard Byron go into the bathroom and lock the door. I knew something was up, since he only locked the door when he had something to hide. I sneaked to the bathroom door and peeked through the keyhole. Bi was pretending he was making a movie called Nazi Parachutes Attack America and Get Shot Down Over the Flint River by Captain Byron Watson and his Flamethrower of Death. I could see that he'd made a bunch of little toilet paper parachutes when he'd yelled, "Action!" He set one of them on fire and dropped it into the toilet. The guy in the Nazi parachute screamed as he floated down in flames and landed in the water with a loud hiss. Before the parachutist was dead, Bi would flush the toilet and the Nazi would go down the drain going glub, glub, glub. When the water was swirling him away, Byron said the only Nazi talk that he knew. "Ya hold mine fewer, off we're the same." Peeking through the keyhole, I could see Byron salute to the parachute when he flushed the toilet. "Such a brave soldier deserves our respect," he said, "so we give him a burial at sea." The toilet stopped glugging, and Byron said, "Not bad, but let's have a little more screaming on the way down. And how about having the flamethrower of death turned up a little bit?" He picked up another toilet paper parachute, lit 2 matches at the same time, set the parachute on fire, and yelled, "Take 2," and sent the next Nazi screaming into the toilet. Byron was on take 7 when Mama finally wondered why the toilet was being flushed so much, and came upstairs to see what was going on. The whole upstairs smelled like a giant match, and she knew something was fishy even before she got to the top step. She moved so quick and quiet that I still had my eyeball in the keyhole when she stepped into the hallway. I looked up, and there she was. "Mama, I knew I was going to get it for not turning Byron in, but before I could say anything else, Mama pushed me out of the way and hit the bathroom door with her shoulder like Elliot Ness, the cop on that Untouchables TV show. The door jumped out of the way and banged into the bathtub. Byron turned around and screamed. Nazi number 7 hit the water with a hiss. Byron threw his hands up in the air and said, Mama snatched Byron's neck and, stopping just to pick up the matches that Byron had dropped, she dragged him all the way down the stairs. I could see that Mama had forgotten all about me, so I followed right behind. As they went down, Bi's feet touched the steps only 1 or 2 times. He looked like one of those ballerinas that dance just on the tips of their toes. Mama had her hand around his throat like it was a baseball bat and was holding him up in the air. I never knew Mama was that strong. They danced into the living room, and Joey started looking nervous. She ran over and huddled up next to me. Mama's eyes got slitty with the eyeballs shooting around from side to side. It was almost too scary to watch, but I kept looking since I knew there was going to be some real big action this time. Joey grabbed a hold of my arm and said, "What's going on? What did he do?" She was starting to get jumpy because she'd never seen Mama get so mad either. I felt kind of sorry for Byron because Mama hadn't let go of his neck, and even though he was a lot older, we could tell he was just as scared as me and Joetta were. He kept pretending he was daddy cool, though, and the only way you could tell he was scared to death was by looking at his eyes. Mama kept her hand on Byron's neck and pushed him down on the couch and stood right in front of him. She opened the hand that had been choking him and looked at the matches she had picked up off the bathroom floor. While one hand had been strangling Byron, the other hand had been strangling the matches. The matches were soaking wet because whenever Mama got scared or nervous or mad, her hands got real sweaty and disgusting. Mama's voice got strange, hissing like a snake. "Joetta, go out to the kitchen and bring me a book of matches." "But Mommy," Joey said, starting to get all sobby. "Joetta, do what I told you." "Mommy, I can't." The tears really started to form, and Joey was squeezing my arm. "Joetta, go get those matches." "Please, Mommy, he won't do it again, will you, Byron?" "Promise her, promise, Mommy, you won't do it again." "Kenneth," she turned to me then, "go get the matches." This is what I was afraid of. If I didn't go get the matches, I was going to be in worse trouble than I already was with Mama. And if I didn't get the matches, if I did go get the matches, I knew Byron would kill me as soon as he got back from the hospital. "Mama, Move, young man." "Mama, wait a minute. I can't move. Joey's got me by the arm, and if I move," Mama pointed her finger at Byron and said, "Don't you move a muscle." We all could tell Mama was super mad because she started talking in that real Southern style accent after that. Byron nodded his head and Mama let go of his throat and stormed into the kitchen. Old Mr. Cool still had the great big bug eyes, and as soon as Mama's hand left his neck, his own hands came up and started choking him themselves. "Ooh, Byron, you better get out of here. Go down to Buttheads until Dad gets home. He's probably going to whip you, and Mama's really going to burn you." I told him. "Please, Byron, run, get out of here." Joey let go of my arm and ran over to Byron and tried to pull his fingers from around his throat. "Can't you tell she's not playing?" Joey kept pulling at his hand, but it looked like Byron was hypnotized. He wouldn't move. We all nearly jumped through the roof when the snake woman voice came back into the room and said, "Joetta, move away from him." Okay, so I'm going to stop there for this video. That was the end of part 1 of chapter 5, so I'll upload another video of me recording part 2.